So I wanted to ask, what would you say to other families that were thinking of joining the group?
I would probably say, on my personal opinion, I was quite apprehensive to start with, and I was a little bit worried and was quite scared actually, wasn't quite sure how it would go. So I would say just give everything a go and just turn up and see and give it a couple of weeks and see how you get on really. It was worth going, so yeah.
And could you say something about what those kind of worries were about and how they sort of panned out?
I suppose I was worried that I don't label Robin, and I didn't want her to feel that she would be labelled within the group. I didn't want to, my main concern was obviously I can control Robin's behaviour, and the unknown, I didn't know if there was going to be children which were going to influence Robin to think that's okay, I can do that, when it was out of my control. And I think that was the main worry I had really, and I didn't want to feel that I was judged.
What would you say to other young people that were thinking of coming to the group?
I was scared to start, but then once I was there, I was fine.
And could you describe what you actually did in the group, the kinds of things we were doing at the different sessions?
The first week we kind of just got to know people and got to know the children within the group. If I'm totally honest, the first week I was very deflated when I left. I thought, why am I taking my child out of school for this? But I'm quite a rush person, so I like everything, in its place straight away. So I thought, no, I won't kind of write it off. The second week we went and we played a lot of communication games and just relaxed really, and it just put things, we just did lots of different things, didn't we, like communication games and learning about our feelings, and it was okay to feel down and it was okay to have up days, and just being part of a unit and a team, so you weren't out there on your own, which was a really nice feeling, wasn't it?
Robin, can you remember anything that you did in the group or any of the games that we played?
Oh yeah, we had to follow the tape. We had to blindfold the mums.
Yeah, you guys loved that, didn't you?
That one, we had to blindfold the mums and control the mums, and then they had to control us. But I don't know that I can write that well. So, Mummy said, do circle, 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 and she said stop.
What might they hope to learn from kind of being involved?
But I think the main issue is because you know that the following week you've got to go back and speak openly about your events of the week. As a parent, I actually I suppose, was more aware of what I was doing, and I was less likely to be impatient with Robin, because I knew that when we went back to the group that it had obviously kind of come out. So I think you just take time, but then there was a lot of activities we did within the group that learnt you how to keep things simple and basic to help the children.
You're saying kind of helped you think about the way you communicate.
Yeah, I think sometimes as a parent it's very easy to keep repeating yourself, and sometimes you confuse the child by putting too much into a sentence, and why, and it was simplifying things, thinking in your head, instead of saying go upstairs and brush your teeth, it would be brush your teeth, something very simple, or put your shoes on, not go downstairs. It was simplifying things quite simply.
For the house, my teachers gave me this talking thing, so Mummy recorded what she wanted me to say, and then told me it. Now, if I forgot when I was upstairs, I used to press the play button so it reminded me. Didn't I?
Yeah. So I think it was just, and support. I think there was so much support within the unit. It was great, really. You didn't feel on your own.
And how do you think the group could be helpful to young people getting involved?
Technically, just go to the group and have fun.
What might families hope to change in the course of the group? What differences could they hope for?
I think we all kind of get tired, we get run down, and then you get short, and you feel that you're very on your own. I did. and I think the group really helped. I can't stress it enough, it was a real support unit at the point in our life. And I think it's okay to say that you feel that you failed within the group, and there's no rights and there's no wrongs, and there was no, there was no rule. Well, there was rules, but there wasn't rules in a way that anybody would judge you. And I think everybody within the group was very individual, and I think it was interesting from a parent's point of view, seeing how other parents kind of coped. And I think that was a main point for me. It helped you cope.
And you mentioned a few things just about the importance of being honesty and feeling the support of the group and kind of feeling safe in there. And I just wonder, how was that atmosphere generated? How was the group allowed to feel safe? What were the things that were going on that allowed people to be able to be open and share the struggles?
I think it's obviously parents which are all going through similar things, and until one of you actually puts your hands up and says, I have this every day, and then I think you tend to work together.
Yeah.
And I think it is, obviously you're not an individual, you actually become a group and a bond, and you work as a unit. And it's a breath of fresh air really when you're at home on your own with the children day to day. And I think Robin particularly, it helped with her confidence, and I think it helped within the group because you became stronger, didn't you, within the group, and you helped the other children within the group, didn't you?
Having been in the group, what would it have been useful to know before starting?
I think Cam's maybe should have worked more on an age ratio, because it was quite obvious as the weeks went on that Robin was obviously the eldest child within the group, and I think we'd obviously gone through what some of the children have already been done. So on one issue it was very good that we could obviously inform them and help them, but me as a parent with Robin of her age, there was no one else there for me to kind of feed back off. And I think maybe it would have been good to have more parent time on their own as well one week, and children so the children will concentrate on more by a professional, and maybe more like a counselling week would have been really good, because obviously you are aware children are in the room, and so you do tend to hold back because you don't want things to seem negative. And I still think there should be a review session of when parents have finished the course, maybe once every 6 weeks, the parents which work together and the children come back and have a review. The main issue is you just got to give it a go. We were really apprehensive, wasn't we? And I was really concerned about taking Robin out of school for that period of time. But it was very good. Robin, you took all your work into school and showed the headmistress, so the school felt part of it. I think it was really rewarding as a parent, and I think more people should have given it a go.